Hey, morning guys, this is Steve, Nozilla from Outsider Garage. Heading down to see customer number one from one of our previous videos. Gonna go check out his car and also see another big surprise that he has that I think Derek Allen Banks might be interested in seeing. Stay tuned, it's gonna be an exciting ride. I'm going on a special road trip today. Gonna go see somebody who knew Derek Allen Banks and suffered the consequences of that relationship. So he had a car there. He's customer number one in the video that I had put out previously, and the car was just absolutely destroyed, like from the work that Derek did. The engine practically probably unusable, all sorts of mismatched parts. He built the engine too. It hasn't been disassembled yet, but I would assume that there's probably a slew of other things going on there. I'm gonna make another video. I didn't really want to make all these videos about Derek, but I am gonna have to make at least one more video now that people have gotten some of the property back. A number of customers have taken their engines and their heads to machine shops and they've gotten inspected. And I have an absolute shit show laundry list of just fucked up things that this guy did. Putting in pistons backwards, metal shavings inside the actual block. I mean, he installed an engine into one of the GTRs without an oil pan, and the entire bottom side of it just rusted all over. We'll get more into that later. But I wanted to throw a video out here because Derek is out of jail. So he ended up getting a plea deal with the attorney's office for quote-unquote helping the police return property to the victims. If you watched my last video, you understand that his help in returning property was essentially useless. Most people didn't even get the things that belonged to them. Most of the things they got back were shit, just damaged shit. Not even worth the time. But anyways, they patted him on the back and treated him like a hero for doing that. They pled down his felonies to a couple minor felonies. He ended up pleading guilty to theft by deception for an amount of money that is a fraction of the total amount of monetary and loss from damages. And he also pled guilty to modifying or destroying serial numbers or VIN plates on vehicles. So he was released from jail, I think it was like three or 4 days ago now. And he had time served, and he's been issued 8 years probation. And he has been ordered restitution by the court, which is absolute dog shit. We know that that's not going to ever happen. But regardless, he's out now. And what did this man do when he got out? So instead of running and hiding and trying to avoid the situation, he's already posted 2 videos on TikTok about how he's mad and how he was wrongfully convicted. This is just absolute dog shit. But I guess this is what is to be expected from somebody like him with his personality. I mean, he's obviously a narcissist, and he's got many different mental and psychological issues. He posted a video up saying how he's got to have some major video coming out. I guess he's going to try to tell his side of the story, which, Derek, go ahead, man. Tell your side of the story. Show your evidence, because you've got none. If anybody wants any evidence, pictures, videos, customer testimony, professional machine shop and engine builders testimony, come to me. I'm going to be posting them all up. So anyways, yeah, he posted his video sitting on a couch at his new girlfriend's house, which is quite ironic, considering that that girlfriend is the one who actually reached out to me when all this was going on and provided me with all sorts of information about Derek, who actually, which actually led to us finding a whole bunch more of the victims that were involved. So, I mean, I thank her for that, and I also feel sorry for her at this point, because I don't know why anybody would ever go back to a piece of shit scumbag like that. I mean, you got to be some sort of fucked up in the head to think that that's your man and you want to stand by him. But you know what? More power to you. You guys are meant for each other. Anyhow, back on track. Sorry, I got diverted a little bit there. So I'm heading to customer number one's house this morning, and we're gonna go check out his car. And he's got something else down there, something I think Derek might appreciate. And that's gonna be a bit of a surprise. So when we get down there, we're gonna check these things out, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, guys, we're here. This is customer number one, mentioned in the first video.
Hello.
And let's go take a quick peek over at the car that was returned to him. So this is customer number one's car. This car was delivered as a street tuned to him, and here's what he got. Now, last time I was here visiting customer number one, we went through and took off the valve covers, and we're looking at the cams, and we actually found out that the cam caps were installed incorrectly, all different places and stuff. But I mean, this is literally how he got his car back. There's no intercooler piping, there's no water hoses, there's nothing hooked up down there. The engine isn't even bolted in. The transmission isn't even on the car. There's no turbo plumbing, there's no exhaust, there's no lines connected. The timing belt wasn't tensioned properly. Everything is disconnected. Everything on this car was disconnected. This is basically how he got this thing back. This is that beautiful Bayside Blue R32.4, the R34 wheels. I mean, guys, there was just shit piled up inside the car everywhere. You can see there's all sorts of things inside here. It was just an absolute disaster. I went under the car, and again, I saw, there's no transmission hooked up, there's no drive shafts or anything. This is how it came. This isn't something that we staged or anything. This is literally how it came. Nothing hooked up. There was even cut electrical lines left and right. It's an absolute disaster. And if you look even closer, you can find out certain things about the build that are incorrect, like the turbo itself. You start to see these parts. Now we start to recognize where these parts came from. They came from quote-unquote Derek's car. Again, like the Tomei fuel rail. We have the wheel filter relocation and a number of other things, including the radiator. And honestly, God knows what else. Because it appears like he took almost every part off of the red GTR and put it on this. All right, so anyways, something over here underneath this tarp that I think we want everybody to see. Now, I think there might be somebody really, in particular who would want to see this. I think somebody who recently got out of jail. So Derek, what's under this tarp? Wait a second. What is this? Wait a second. Is this a red GTR? Wait a second. No, this can't be Derek's car. Wait, how can it? Wait a second. No way. Look at this. Wait a second. Isn't that Derek's personal Instagram account right there? Neck brace required. Oh, that must be because it's 1,300 horsepower or something, right? Oh, wow. Let's see if we can pull up the VIN here. Oh, yeah, look, there's the VIN. Some quality work right there. It looks like felony level work right there. Let's go around to the back. Oh, yeah, look at that. I'm just confused, man. How can this car be in your driveway?
Oh, you mean the car that he owns?
DA Innovations, Derek Allen Innovations. How can Derek's car be in your driveway? Because he owned this car. Wait, I saw videos on TikTok of him actually driving and racing this car. How can this be in your driveway?
Well, I'll tell you one. He doesn't own the car. He never owned the car. And the person that actually owned the car, which I acquired it from, supposedly the car was sold on payments. He made, what, 1, maybe 2 payments. And then he basically ghosted this poor man, you know.
He was a service member too, wasn't he?
Service member, absolutely.
That's right.
He was a service member, which is shameful.
And the condition of the car right now, this doesn't look like the same condition that I saw in like all the videos. This looks like it's been stripped down pretty good. I wonder where all those parts went. Well, some of them are on that GTR right there.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of them on that GTR right there.
Some of them are on other customers' cars. So, what did we find in the glove box over here when you actually got this car?
It was funny that I found the actual registration to the car with the previous owners.
So you're saying it was never actually registered to Derek, is what you're saying?
Never.
Huh. Interesting.
Never registered or titled to Derek. Derek never saw the title to this car.
That's right. Derek never saw the title to this car because he never legally owned this car. Derek made some kind of a bogus, I'm going to buy this car and payment plans, gave the guy, what, like $500 or whatever to start, signed some sort of bogus contract, and then the owner went off to serve in the military overseas, and Derek just ghosted him. And the police recovered this car from Derek's garage, and we actually got in touch with the owner, who, you know, actually from a previous owner who had owned it before that guy. We found out who he is, contacted him, and this guy had been looking for Derek for some time. He had just gotten back from overseas from deployment, and he was looking for his car, and, well, we helped him find it. And he went on to sell this car to customer number 1, and now we are going to try to save this. And all in all, there's a lot of pieces here. They're still in good shape, and it's worth saving.
Video, I want to show you something.
Oh, okay. We want to see something else.
You continue.
Okay,
you
yeah.
Gotta give me 2.5 seconds.
All right.
I gotta go get it.
So besides the fact that, you know, the firewall's been modified and there's a lot of pieces missing, Derek didn't really destroy too much of this car because this was his parts car. You know, see, there's a side skirt missing here. But the paint and the shape of the car, the body, the chassis, seem to be in good shape. Yeah, we're gonna have to be taking those things off pretty soon. Can you imagine the audacity of a person to not only essentially steal a car, but then to go on and start making TikTok videos claiming that the car is his, racing it around all over the place, using it to get all sorts of internet clout, and then go on to actually disassemble the car and to start removing parts and selling, or essentially, you know, replacing parts on customers' builds with the parts from a car that didn't even belong to him. This is the most singular piece of evidence that you'll ever have to see. All right.
What's inside that?
I just got a mystery envelope. Ooh, evidence. Property of Mitchell Police Department. Case number looks like 2020 or 2021-02778. VIN plate to Velasquez's vehicle and key. Now that's all right. So this is to this car right here. Very interesting. So here we go. This is actually police evidence. Chain of custody, everything. So let's open this thing up. Oh, if it isn't the smoking gun.
I mean, you can't make this shit up.
So right there, we were looking for a way to try to identify the VIN number, the model number on this thing for quite some time, and from the photos we could tell that it had been removed. But that's crazy, absolutely crazy. Oh man, it's something to be here and to actually to see this thing in person.
Came a long way.
Anyway, we're gonna dig in a little bit further and see what kind of parts this thing came along with. Look at me! I'm the king of skylines! I'm sitting in Derek's car. Derek's quote-unquote car. Alright, let's take a look in here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just pretend that I got pulled over for speeding. Hold on a second, officer. Let me get my license and registration. I think it's in the, oh, I think it's in here. Oh, okay, wait. So this should say Derek. Oh, wait a second. That doesn't say Derek. It's your 1300 horsepower. You ready? Oh, wait a second.
Great.
Oh, man. More fine workmanship from Derek. His tendency to remove parts and engines from cars resulted in lots of damage all over the place, frequently cutting lines, electrical lines, hoses, whatever that was in his way, you know, broken connectors. He cared not for most things.
He's the master of all destroyer.
He is.
Fucking Captain Chaos.
Captain Chaos. Indeed. Wait, you could just tell how much of a beautiful car this was, man. Oh, look at all these goodies.
Woohoo.
I see lots of nice things in here. This is a Garage Defend or Garage Active cooling slam panel. Big Garage Defend. That's genuine. That's not a Chinese reproduction.
Let's put this genuine part right here.
Now this, I believe, is a Chinese part, but that is still very nice.
Yeah, but somehow he managed to.
Oh yeah, yep. Not surprising. I mean, these are parts that were like pristine, you know, when they were on the car. Oh yeah, look, here's the original valve covers.
Valve covers?
Yeah, here's the original gold and black valve covers that can be seen on the pictures of the engine that we have. There's the original grill. Yep. Oh, is this? Now this, I believe, is the one that he made. And you can tell from the quality of the welds that that's probably a true statement. Yep. You know, like you can see the zero weld penetration. This thing would have leaked like a sieve.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely Derek's handiwork.
Oh, you can see daylight. Look at that.
What do we got here? Oh, here's the start of the other half, I guess. Or what is this? This must be for the S2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Here's one of my head gaskets that I sent him that I never got back.
Let's see. RB25.
Yeah, that'll be mine.
Need a head gasket?
If anybody sent Derek head gaskets, here they are. Oh, here's a full gasket kit too. More gasket kits.
No head gasket.
Just an empty box.
Just an empty box.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure that he must have used it on something else.
Oh, there's like a big turbo compressor housing down there. Hmm. All right, so we actually found the block that was in Derek's car. This is a RB26. It's a long nose crank. And from inspection, it appears that Derek blew the engine. He spun a rod bearing in cylinder 6, but doesn't really appear to be any other damage to the engine. It looks more or less probably like a, I would say, 86.5 millimeter bore or so. It had these Tomei piston and rod set up, which I can remember he actually sent me some photos of these things a while ago when we'd first met. Tomei cams, which he actually broke removing, no surprise there. Factory head, nothing special. We actually found OEM, drivetrain for this as well. No porting, no nothing. This definitely was not a 1300 horsepower car by any means. But there's a lot of nice parts here, for sure. I would say we probably have, what do you say, like 85–90% of the parts for this car?
I mean, basically what we're missing is probably, intercooler tube tubing.
Yeah, intercooler piping. Yep.
And all the exhaust part.
So, intercooler piping, you know, plumbing, fuel system. I mean, these are all things that we know are probably in other customers' cars. Yeah.
Well, the manifold is in that car.
Yeah, so the turbo exhaust manifold for this engine is in that car. Here's the valve covers that we see in some of the original photos from Derek's car, and you can see that he's tried to start to remove the finish on them. I don't know, maybe he got distracted or something. And then there's a bunch of other miscellaneous stuff around here, a lot of stuff bagged up. I mean, this is like literally, there's probably about 12 bags of valve train, like buckets, cam caps. There's some valves and springs in there. Probably like 4 or 5 bags of different cam caps in there. Just all thrown in together. There's no labeling. There's no, we have no idea what head they go to. So basically, it's just all trash, and all the heads that they came from our trash. So I've got a real gem here to show you guys. To take a look at some of Derek's, what do you call, welding skills, fabrication skills.
I don't call that as welders.
So
Welding.
here's some of
That's
the
boogers.
here's some of the tie piping that was done. Now you might be saying to yourself, oh well, you know, this looks pretty decent. It's not that bad. I wonder if it would hold boost. Well, probably not. I mean, this is just.
Oh, there's another one.
What do you think Stuart Leask would say about this? Stuart, send me a comment, man. Show me, what do you think? Think this is good? Wow, look at that puddle drag right there. All right, guys, just to recap here. So I'm basically sitting in the Derek Allen Banks graveyard right now. All of his car parts to sand. We got the block here. We got interior trunk parts. We got manifolds. We got valve covers. We got heads. We got pistons, rods, internals, sumps. Everything you can imagine is here in this beautiful, beautiful red GTR that he's destroyed. So the plan here is that the now new rightful owner of the vehicle is going to restore this beauty and get her back to her former glory, and perhaps even better. I think the only problem, we just have to get like a very good interior detailing company to wash the stink of Banks out of the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Maybe wash it twice.
So I think what's going to happen is, through the course of the summer, we're going to be working on this thing. We're going to start a series of videos just dedicated to bringing this car back to life, and then get it out to some shows, and we're going to try to make sure that it can be enjoyed and appreciated again, and be a positive note rather than a negative one. So until next time, Nozilla signing out.